What is that? Okay, so today we're gonna do infant physical therapy for him. This baby is almost 8 months and he wasn't even scooting around until almost 3 weeks ago. And we've been helping him, and now today I'm just going to show you what we are doing to help him crawl and to get to his next stage in development because he is a little behind. Ready? First I start with his stretches. Should we do your stretches? With babies then it takes about 25 minutes, but I always plan an hour because a lot of the times they're unpredictable. They are guiding the show. When they want to break, we will pause. After trying again 3 times, then I will just be done for the day. So I'm not gonna make him keep going. When he's done, then we are done. So they do guide the show. Okay, ready? So first thing I do is, as I'm putting his heel to his ear, I feel that one side has more resistance than the other side. Hey. But I try to do it. I can tell that he's uncomfortable with the left side, and that's how it's been this whole time since I've been working with him. Eventually, though, that I expect it to stop. Are you okay? Okay. Anyway, heel to toe. I'll explain while I'm doing this, but we are just gonna get through a lot of these. The next stretches is his hand. I hold his face, so I put my hands on his face, and then I stretch this arm over. This is the part usually that babies don't like. I stretch it over because it's usually back here. Hey, 18R reflex. So these are the different primitive reflexes that I'm working on. We still have one more. There we go. We can do both sides again. We're gonna keep going. There we go. There we go. Rezzimax, I will explain to you what this is more as we are doing our training videos, and just always be prepared. Everything goes into the baby's mouth, so anything you hand them, it's gonna go into their mouth. So just expect that. It's just their stage of development. But I like the Rezzimax because it's a vibration. I could make it go up to 1,000 hertz. There's different times when I will use different settings. But right now, just to get him to focus on something as I'm stretching him out. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now the next one, I am going to hold him upside down. Now, you never hold a baby upside down if they can't hold their own head. Obviously, some people, it should be common sense, but sometimes it's not. But never hold a baby upside down unless they're in the stage where they should be scooting around. So first, when I started him, and I'll explain while I'm doing this, I would have my hands underneath his hips right here. Wow. What I'm watching for is his spine. So we've been doing this for a while with him. So at this point, I'm holding my hands on his thighs. There we go. And I will do it where you guys can see. The first time I do this, I do have them facing me, but again, I've been working with them for a while. I do have them facing me because you want to make sure they're not just holding their breath, because that would be another reflex. For them to get used to it. But see his spine, how he is turning to one side more than the other. Some people don't like to hold the babies upside down, but I do get a lot of information. When I see their spine curving like that, then I do know it's tied to the spinal column, which is right there. So what I do, there's a lot of different things what I do for that, but one of the things that I do, so we're gonna hold him, I'll let you guys see. He is tilting to his left side. So I will do the opposite side, and I hold him like this. I'm gonna turn around so that I can watch his spine. Wow, wow. Is that a lot? Okay, so I turn him around, mainly so I can see this, but you saw how his spine, he turns to one side, so I turn him the opposite way, and I'm gonna hold it there. Wow, there we go. Okay, so when I started this with him, he was turning towards his left side a lot more than what you guys just saw. So he was like turning a whole bunch. So first thing is upside down. Watch to see what their spine is doing. A lot of the times, if they are falling behind, you will see it turning one way. Hold them the opposite way and they'll be forced to use those muscles. That is one way to fix it. But some people don't like to do that. And again, age will, if they're too young, don't do it. Don't even try. Ready for the next one? Next one, so the reason why I have this Rezzimax, so you don't need a Rezzimax, but I'm gonna be posting a link on where to purchase them. I believe with the link that I had, you get like $75 off. Don't just come with this, you get a whole set of attachments for it. Palmar reflex, hands. So yes, you can get anything and put it in their hands. The purpose is to just stimulate the different reflexes, and that's what we're doing. But because he's behind, I'm using a vibration to make it go faster. So he should have this reflex until 6 months. Wow. And the palmar reflex, putting something in the middle of their hand and watching them grasp it. For an older person, when you do this to their hand, you'll see it twitching, but for babies, their reflex is very strong and they will just hold with their hands. See that one? And the more I stimulate them, the faster it will go away. But just remember, we do want these here at one point in their life. So there's times where it's like, oh, this baby doesn't have it, and then you watch it turn on. You have to follow the developmental blueprint, and that's part of it. Face rooting reflex. I'm just, again, stimulating all of his reflexes, and I'm probably going to do another part of the recording where you actually see his face doing this because he still has this reflex. Since he's behind, we are just stimulating him with a vibration. Babinski, feet. We're gonna do this on his feet. He's super ticklish. He needs this when he eventually starts to walk. He needs to have the Babinski. We need to stimulate this reflex so that he'll feel grounded when he walks. When I had him on his back, I did his hands, his face, and his feet. Now I'm gonna turn him around to his stomach. Should we turn around? Should we turn around? Okay, I'm gonna turn him around. Rezzimax, the reason again why I like this, because there's like wings on the side. I would put his spine between the wings and just go up and down his back. There we go. I'm using the wings on this Rezzimax, and I use the tip right on his spine. I am stimulating the spinal galant when I do this. Then at one point, I'm gonna hold his feet here, and he already knows we're gonna be rocking. Yep, he's getting there. I have these lasers. We will talk more about these lasers too as I'm going through all of these different videos. I'm putting my laser on cerebellum. So hold his feet down. There we go. Put the Rezzimax on his back. Put the laser right here. There we go. There we go. So now I am lasering the brain, and I am using the Rezzimax for the spinal galant right here on the laser. We're hitting the, we're trying to go underneath the cerebellum, you know, where the reflexes are. I can also hit that spot if I face it in the mouth, but because we're in this position, then I'm going to put it right here. Rockin', rockin'. There's a reason why we have them rocking back and forth, and it's because this is a developmental stage that has to happen. Take breaks as often as you need to. Babies are the ones running the show. After the third time, then I'm just like, okay, we are done for the day. So I'm holding his feet with my feet, because he will just slide down, hands down. There we go. Laser. Okay, so the reason why we are rocking back and forth is because this is a stage of development that has to happen. This is part of the process. Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a break. So when I first started with him, then I tested his vestibular system and it was off. So I have him doing an exercise, which is literally just spinning because of the vestibular system. It's a liquid in the ears to help you feel balanced. With the Rezzimax, putting it on high on his spine. So when I tested him, it was the right vestibular system that was off. But right now, if I test it again, I can't even tell. Like, it's very, very mild. It's not severe anymore like it was before, and I'll teach you how to test that in another video. The Rezzimax right here for the spinal reflex has nothing to do with the vestibular. I'm just doing that to get the reflex. I'm getting my laser, gonna put it on the side. So resetting the vestibular system, I turned towards his weaker side. When I tested it, it was the right side. I could spin with him, I could spin on the chair, I could just spin him in a chair, depending on what age they are at. But with him, since he's so young, I'm just gonna hold him in my arms. So I'm gonna spin, count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 10. So, wow, and look at their eyes. They're jumping, which that should happen. Before they weren't doing that. They should be jumping back and forth for at least up to like 10 seconds. Wow. But I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna do this 3 rounds. 1, 2, 9, 10. Check his eyes. Before they weren't doing that, which I know it's good, but because I saw it before, then I'm just gonna be doing this for the remainder of the month. 1, 2. There we go. Put the Rezzimax down. Since I'm already standing up, you're going to check his propping reflex. Always be careful. Just make sure you have a good grip, but you watch their arms going to go out. And before, when I started with him, he was not doing that. You watch him put his hands out. Ooh. Before he wasn't. He was more trying to hold on to himself. But that is good. That should be there. That should have already been there, but some kids you have to turn it on. Yes, this is like a workout. Where was that? Okay, so the Monroe. I have them. This will be different depending on the age, but because he's young, it's just like a baby. When the baby puts their arms out when they're falling, he turn him around this way, this, and we're gonna have his feet like this, like this. There we go. Hands under his shoulders. We're gonna rock. Yeah. Just be careful. But I think that's it. He wasn't crawling. He's still not crawling. I can show you now what he's doing. So he does scoot now, which is I'm so happy for him when he started doing this. He does scoot around. Gonna go get the microphone. He's coming. Okay. Okay, so we're switching out babies here because I forgot to show you an exercise that I like to add. I forgot a very important exercise in that video with the other baby. So this one's mine. His name is Teddy. We are going to do the exercises. So Rezzimax. A Rezzimax, you're gonna always see me working with one of these, whether it's black or white. This is one of my ways of how I get fast results. But during this exercise, I'm gonna put it behind him on his back for spinal reflex. I know everyone doesn't have a laser, but I'm going to be using the tools that I do have. Put it on infrared so it's not as bright for him. Hold it here. So the exercise, I'm gonna hold his feet together. I'm trying to remember the name of this. I'm pretty sure it's just basically bicycle. They're doing one leg up this way. So my baby already crawls just fine. He's been hitting his milestone, so he's probably wondering what we are doing because he doesn't need this one. But this was the one I missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is doing a lot of different things. It is first synchronizing both sides of the brain. They have to work together. Then it's the stretches. This is also the exercises in the walking protocol that we have to teach them how to walk. Are you okay? Even though they're not quite ready to walk, we are still stimulating that part of the brain. We are still getting them ready for their next step. So him and that other baby are close in age. Mine is just a month older. Hi, Teddy.